Imagine overdosing, not once, not twice, but 10 times, and still standing in court asking for another chance. Because what this judge says next will shock you. This is the case of a man who's been through the system again, and again, and again. Multiple prison sentences. Years of drug charges. And a history so long, even the judge had to stop and question it. But today is different. Today, it's not about what he did. It's about whether the court still believes he can change. His lawyer is asking for treatment. He's promising this time is different. His family is sitting right behind him, hoping for one more chance. But the judge? The judge is looking at something deeper, a pattern that never broke. And when the truth finally comes out in this courtroom, everything changes.
The State of Ohio versus Robert Keegan. Mr. Keegan is before the court with his counsel, Mr. Clark. Ms. Nicholson, on behalf of the State of Ohio, we're here for sentencing. Ms. Nicholson, anything on behalf of the state?
Your Honor, at this time we're asking that the court sentence Mr. Keegan to prison. The court is well aware of his history. I believe he's had at least 5 prison sentences. I'm not sure he's ever successfully completed any supervision. He's had multiple cases before this court, and he was purportedly in treatment at the time that this possession occurred in June of last year. He has 49 days of jail time credit, and we are requesting a $250 reimbursement to the Lebanon Police Department.
Anything from probation? Mr. Clark?
Your Honor, my understanding is the primary recommendation was what the state already advised the court. However, I believe there was a secondary recommendation, an alternate option, which would be more treatment focused. It's clear that he needs rehabilitation. I understand the court may not want to exhaust those types of resources, but those resources are designed to help people like Mr. Keegan. He does need treatment, and even if that's inpatient treatment or something to assure the court that he won't abscond, I think he needs that, and I think he's willing to take it seriously this time, Your Honor.
I definitely feel that, treatment is something that I could benefit from. There was a point in time that I probably would never even ask for it, but I think I'm close to turning the corner and potentially staying sober. And I think I could do probation, or I wouldn't even ask for the opportunity.
Your Honor, just a few other things. I did want to note that the defendant's girlfriend and mother in the back of the courtroom as well in support of him. And was there an issue of you taking methadone and not having that available while in prison? And I want to discuss that.
No, just not prison. The CBCF wasn't accepted. There's no CBCF.
Okay. And how long have you been on that?
18 months.
Okay. Nothing further.
I didn't catch what all of that covers.
He's been on methadone for several, over a year.
It didn't prevent him from using heroin here. That's not good. If you're on a medication that's trying to prevent you from using, and you're still using, Narcan's been used on you how many times? That's a question.
Several.
You don't even have a number?
5, 10 maybe.
5 or 10 times you've overdosed and Narcan was needed to revive you? And that right there, that's the moment everything shifted. The judge didn't just hear words, he heard a pattern. Years of the same cycle, the same promises, the same outcomes. Legally, this matters because courts aren't just looking at this offense, they're looking at who you've been over time. And for Mr. Keegan, that history is loud. You could see it on the judge's face, the frustration, the disbelief. 5 to 10 overdoses. Narcan bringing him back again and again. And yet, still using. That's not just addiction anymore in the court's eyes, that's risk. Risk to himself, and risk to the system trying to help him. But here's the real question, when someone keeps getting second chances and nothing changes, what is the court supposed to do next? And more importantly, has Mr. Keegan actually reached the point where he wants to change? Because the judge's patience is clearly running out.
You say you can't do a CBCF because why?
No, they don't accept methadone.
I don't know what the methadone's doing for you because you're still using.
I think it's... last year I was clean for several months. It was an improvement and a big step in the right direction, I feel like, compared to what I've done in the past when I've got out.
2008, burglary and theft. Ended up in prison. I'm just going to hit the highlights. It's 2009, trafficking in heroin, trafficking in marijuana. 2012, possession of heroin, possession of cocaine. 2014, possession of heroin. I'll skip the misdemeanor assaults and OVIs and otherwise low-level offenses. 2018, possession of drugs, felony. 2018, in front of me, possession of heroin. 2018, again in front of me, possession of fentanyl. 2020, in front of me, possession of LSD. 2022, in front of me, aggravated possession of drugs, methamphetamines. 2022, Montgomery County, felony OVI. You're currently on active probation in Miamisburg, and it's my understanding that you had a 2025 Montgomery County case dismissed using the Good Samaritan law. Mr. Keegan, I have no doubt in my mind that you need serious drug help, and it's been offered to you. You apparently are implying that you don't want to do a CBCF because this Suboxone is so important to you. It's not working, but I'm not going to take a chance. You are until you get to the point where you seriously want help and want to end this lifestyle. I can throw all the treatment at you I want, and it's not going to work. So,
in the end, the judge made a decision that felt heavy, but also inevitable. 10 months in prison. Not because the court doesn't believe Mr. Keegan needs help, actually, it's the opposite. The judge knows he needs help. He said it clearly. But the problem is, help only works when the person is ready to accept it and follow through. From a legal standpoint, the judge decided that Mr. Keegan is not amenable to community control. In simple terms, that means probation, treatment programs, and second chances have already been tried, and they've failed. Over and over again. So the court shifts its focus. Less about rehabilitation, and more about accountability and protection. And that's the part that hits hard. Because when the judge said, "This is going to kill you one day," that wasn't legal language, that was human. That was someone looking at a man who has overdosed multiple times, been revived multiple times, and still hasn't broken the cycle. You could almost feel the weight in the room. The girlfriend. The mother. Sitting there, hoping this time might be different. But the truth is, the court can't gamble on hope anymore. This case isn't just about drugs. It's about choices. Patterns. And the moment where consequences finally catch up. And for all of us watching, it forces a reflection. How many chances are enough? When does support turn into enabling? And at what point does accountability become the only option left? Because justice isn't always about being lenient, sometimes, it's about drawing a line. And maybe the hardest truth in this entire case is this: the court can open doors, but it can't make someone walk through them. And now, for Mr. Keegan, the clock resets behind bars. What happens next is entirely up to him.
With all of that, the court is going to find today that you are not amenable to community control. Prison is necessary to fulfill the purposes and principles of sentencing. Unfortunately for you, it's mostly punishment. But I have no doubt that you need help, but I don't know what else I can do to get you to understand that this is going to kill you one day. To be Narcan that many times, to be brought back that many times, to me would be shocking enough that should shock you into, I don't know. I'm going to order you to serve 10 months in prison. You have 49 days jail time credit. The court finds that you're indigent for the purpose of any fines, costs, or other financial sanctions. You're also subject to a discretionary period of post-release control. Upon your release, the adult parole authority may supervise you for up to 2 years. If you violate that supervision, the adult parole authority can return you to prison for up to 1/2 of this court's original sentence. If your violation is that you commit another felony, you can be returned to prison for 1 year, or the period that you have left on PRC, whichever is longer. That time would run consecutive to any additional prison time that you get sentenced to. I do wish you luck, and I hope you make some changes in the future. So seriously. Anything else, Ms. Nicholson?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Concert?